What up, guys? So this is our series on nouns and pronouns, and I know for a lot of us when we hear that it's like, isn't that from elementary school? But remember, on the PSAT, SAT, and ACT, these concepts show up in ways specifically to trick us. So when we get these down, we can make huge improvements in our scores. Literally, just 3 or 4 questions that we learn can be 30, 40, or 50 extra points on an SAT or PSAT. So let's get into it. I like to describe what's in this question as an ing verb phrase, an ing verb phrase. Whenever you see those on a PSAT, SAT, or ACT, what you want to do is pay attention because oftentimes they show up in one very specific context. And what that context requires is an understanding of how to deal with possessives. So let's take a look at this one. Here we have, Chance arrived late because of Mike taking a ridiculous amount of time to get ready. Now I know people talk like this often, but it's actually a grammatical error. Here's what we have. Chance arrived late because of Mike taking a ridiculous amount of time. Focus on this part. Taking a ridiculous amount of time. Anytime you have something like that, an ing verb phrase, taking a ridiculous amount of time, needing to go to the bathroom, wanting to see the movie, anytime you have something like that, you have to pay attention to see if it's being used properly. In this case, it has to be used in the context of a possessive, and here's what I mean by that. What it needs to be is, Chance arrived late because of Mike apostrophe S. It's Mike's taking a ridiculous amount of time. That's, I know, a little bit awkward to hear, and it might seem a little bit unfamiliar, and that's why it's so important to know, because it shows up all the time. So this has to be Mike's taking a ridiculous amount of time. Why is it this way? The reason it's this way is that what we're dealing with is Mike's problem, right? Mike's taking a ridiculous amount of time. What you could put in there that's a little bit easier to follow or a little bit more straightforward is, we're late because of Mike's needing to do something. We're late because of Mike's tardiness. So those things are interchangeable. The tardiness, and in this case, taking a ridiculous amount of time or needing to do something, notice they're interchangeable. So we're not late because of Mike, we're late because of Mike's something or other. And in this case, it's taking a ridiculous amount of time. So let's take a look at the answer choices. Here, what do we have? Answer choice B. Mike's taking a ridiculous number of time. Absolutely not. Remember, with time, what are we dealing with? We're dealing with an amount. We're going to get more into that in another question. There's no reason to change it into number. Number is only for things that are countable, and we don't need to get into all of those details for this just yet. Answer choice C. Late due to Mike taking. This does not correct the error. What did we need? Mike's taking. Answer choice D. Late because of Mike's taking a ridiculous amount of time. Absolutely. This is perfect. So remember, anytime you're dealing with an ing verb phrase, focus in and see if it's supposed to be a possessive. Here, what did we have? Taking a ridiculous amount of time. So it's Mike's taking a ridiculous amount of time. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Make sure to share this channel with your friends because they need it. Make sure to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell so you know when the videos are coming every Tuesday, Thursday at 10 a.m. to have the best company for your breakfast. Peace.